Hello, my name is Ian Lukes, and I am thrilled to present my senior capstone project for ABA 698 under the guidance of Dr. Cheryl Ostrin. Today's date and the due date is Thursday, December 7th, 2023. Today, I will discuss functional communication training in a way that fully encompasses my semester's work on the topic. FCT holds significant importance in the field of applied behavior analysis, especially in the context of supporting both children and adolescents with ASD. In this presentation, we will delve into the principles of functional communication training, explore its application in educational settings, and examine how it can be effectively implemented to enhance communication skills in students with autism. I aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of FCT and its impact backed by research and practical insights. In this section, we focus on autism spectrum disorder, commonly called ASD. The DSM-5, published by the American Psychiatric Association, characterizes ASD as challenges in social communication and repetitive behaviors. These behaviors, often misunderstood, are critical communication tools for individuals with ASD. They might be unconventional, but they serve distinct purposes such as self-regulation or expressing needs in the only way the individual knows how. Understanding these behaviors from a behavior analytical perspective allows us to see them not just as challenges, but as unique forms of interaction and expression. It sets the stage for interventions like functional communication training. FCT is about transforming these behaviors into more socially appropriate forms of communication while respecting their original function. This perspective is crucial as it aligns with our goal to enhance effective interaction for individuals with ASD rather than merely suppressing behaviors deemed problematic. Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA, forms the bedrock of functional communication training. ABA is a scientific approach focused on understanding and influencing behavior. Central to this discipline are vital principles such as reinforcement, where reinforcers follow desirable behaviors to increase their occurrence; extinction, the process by which behaviors decrease because they are no longer reinforced; and stimulus control, the influence of environmental cues on behavior. These principles are critical for designing effective interventions like FCT. In the context of autism, ABA is not merely about behavior modification. It is about comprehensively understanding the interaction between behavior and the environment. By leveraging these behaviors, we can tailor FCT to replace less effective or socially inappropriate forms of communication with more effective, socially acceptable ones. This approach is compelling in addressing the unique communication needs of individuals with ASD, ensuring that interventions are not only practical, but also respectful and individualized. Functional communication training, or FCT, emerges as a strategic intervention within the framework of applied behavior analysis. At its core, FCT focuses on replacing challenging, often socially inappropriate behaviors with more effective communication methods. This process begins with carefully analyzing the individual's behaviors, specifically those that are problematic or disruptive. In FCT, we identify what function these behaviors serve for the individual, be it gaining attention, requesting an object, or escaping a problematic task. The cornerstone of FCT is the understanding that these behaviors, however challenging, are a form of communication. Our goal is to teach an alternative behavior that fulfills the same need but is in a socially acceptable way. This could involve verbal expressions, sign language, gestures, or AAC devices tailored to each individual's capabilities and needs. The effectiveness of FCT lies in its customizability and respect for the individual's needs and communication style. By replacing less effective behaviors and more constructive forms of communication, FCT empowers individuals with ASD to express their needs and desires in a way that is both understood and valued by the society around them. Central to functional communication training is the concept of functional assessment. This is where we delve into the why behind behaviors. In FCT, we examine the antecedents, behavior, and consequences, the ABCs. This is known as the three-term contingency, to understand the function of a behavior. Antecedents are what happens before behavior. Behaviors are the actions we are interested in, and consequences are what happens as a result of the behavior. This ABC model helps us identify the purpose of a behavior serves for an individual ASD. For example, suppose a student is yelling in the classroom. In an example, we look at what triggers this behavior, the antecedent, what the behavior is, yelling, and what the student achieves or avoids by yelling, the consequence. By conducting a thorough functional assessment, we can tailor FCT to each individual, ensuring that we address the behavior and meet the underlying needs that drive it. This approach is vital in creating an effective communication strategy that is both respectful and tailored to the unique profile of each student with ASD. Through functional assessment, we pave the way by introducing more effective and appropriate forms of communication, enhancing the individual's ability to interact meaningfully with their environment. Designing interventions in functional communication training is a meticulous process that involves several key steps. After the functional assessment, we identify a suitable replacement behavior. This replacement must be as efficient as the problematic behavior in meeting the individual's needs, but more socially acceptable. For instance, if a child bangs the table to gain attention, we might teach them to raise their hand instead. The teaching process involves careful planning and execution, using ABA techniques like modeling, shaping, and prompting. We ensure that the new behavior is easy to perform and effective in achieving the desired outcome. Consistent reinforcement is crucial in this phase to encourage adopting the new behavior. The intervention is dynamic and requires ongoing assessment and adjustments based on the individual's response. It is about finding a balance between effectiveness of the new behavior and its acceptability in various social contexts. The success of an FCT intervention lies in its ability to empower the individual with ASD to communicate effectively while being mindful of the social norm and expectations of their environment. Implementing functional communication training within school settings presents unique challenges necessitating thoughtful adaptation and collaboration. Schools are dynamic environments where students with ASD face a variety of social and academic demands. Integrating FCT into these settings requires alignment with existing educational frameworks, understanding the individual student's schedule, and the school's unique culture. Training educators and support staff at FCT principles and techniques is essential. Another critical aspect in ensuring the communication skills learning through FCT generalize across different settings and people. This involves consistently reinforcing these skills in various settings, like classrooms, playgrounds, and social events. Collaborating with parents and other caregivers is also crucial in creating a consistent approach to communication across school and home settings. By addressing these elements, we can foster an environment where FCT is not just an intervention, but a seamless part of the student's educational experience. This approach is critical to enhancing the effectiveness of FCT, ultimately leading to improved communication skills, social interaction, and overall educational outcomes for students with ASD. Visual supports are integral to functional communication training, especially for nonverbal or minimally verbal autistic individuals. These tools include picture schedules, PECs, social stories, and visual cue cards, providing concrete representation of tasks and expectations. For many individuals with ASD, visual information can be more easily processed than verbal instructions. These supports reduce anxiety, clarify expectations, and enhance comprehension. They transform abstract concepts into tangible forms, facilitating understanding and response. In FCT, visual supports are tailored to individuals' needs and are used as antecedent interventions, setting the stage for the desired communication behavior. Their strategic use not only aids in teaching new communication skills, but also fosters independence. For example, a visual schedule can help students anticipate and prepare for transitions throughout the school day, reducing stress and increasing predictability. By integrating visual supports into FCT, we create a more accessible and effective communication strategy, enhancing the abilities of individuals with autism to navigate and understand their environment. Augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC devices, play a pivotal role in functional communication training for individuals with limited verbal abilities. From simple picture boards to advanced electronic devices that generate speech, AAC devices provide alternative means of expression. Selecting an AAC device is based on the individual needs, considering factors like motor skills, cognitive abilities, and the specific context for communication. The integration of AAC into FCT involves not just the selection of the device, but also training the individual to use it effectively. This includes understanding the device's functionality and incorporating it into daily communication. For instance, a speech-generating device can empower nonverbal students to participate actively in classroom discussions, enabling them to express their ideas and engage with peers and educators. Effective use of AAC and FCT can lead to profound improvements in communication, fostering more significant social interactions and enhancing the overall quality of life for individuals with autism. By providing a voice through the AAC devices, we open up a world of possibilities for individuals with autism which they otherwise would not be able to have. Reinforcement strategies form a fundamental component of functional communication training. The essence of reinforcement in FCT is to encourage the use of newly acquired communication behaviors. This involves identifying what motivates the individual, whether that is verbal praise, a preferred activity, or a tangible item. The selected reinforcer is then systematically provided following the desired communication behavior, increasing frequency. The process begins with continuous reinforcement of every correct response. As the individual becomes more proficient, we gradually shift to intermediate reinforcement schedules to promote the behavior's durability in natural settings. This transition is crucial for ensuring the new communication skills are learned and maintained over time and across various environments. It is essential to monitor and adjust the reinforcement plan based on the individual's changing preferences and the evolving dynamics of their environment. This adaptive approach ensures that the reinforcement remains effective and aligns in fostering lasting communication skills. Effective implementation of functional communication training involves navigating a range of challenges. Consistency is vital. This involves ensuring the learned communication skills are reinforced across different environments, such as home, school, and community settings. This requires coordination among all individuals involved in the person's life. Another challenge is maintaining the effectiveness of reinforcement. As individuals progress, their motivations might change, necessitating adjustments in reinforcement strategies. Initial increases in problem behavior can also occur as the individual adjusts to their new communication methods. Addressing these challenges involves ongoing monitoring and flexibility in the FCT approach. It is a dynamic process that requires continuous adaptation based on the individual's progress, environmental changes, and evolving needs. Collaboration among educators, therapists, and family members is crucial, ensuring a unified approach that supports the individual's communication development. By being proactive and responsive to these challenges, we can enhance the overall effectiveness of FCT, making it a more powerful tool for supporting individuals with autism. Let us explore some real-world applications and case studies to illustrate the impact of functional communication training. These examples highlight FCT's adaptability and effectiveness in various settings. For instance, consider a case where FCT was applied to a high school student with ASD, known for disruptive outbursts during transitions. Using FCT, the team taught the student to use a simple hand signal to request assistance, effectively reducing outbursts. Another case involved a nonverbal student using an AAC device. The student learned to communicate basic needs through FCT, leading to decreased frustration and increased participation in classroom activities. These cases demonstrate the transformative potential of FCT. They showcase how tailored interventions can significantly improve communication abilities and overall well-being in individuals with ASD. Each case reflects the core principles of FCT, understanding the communicative function of behaviors and teaching appropriate alternatives, resulting in profound positive changes in the lives of these individuals and those around them. As we look towards the future of functional communication training, ongoing research continues to shape and refine its methodologies. Emerging trends focus on integrating technology more effectively in FCT, especially in the use of AAC devices. Studies are exploring how digital tools can be optimized for individualized communication needs. Another area of focus is the expansion of FCT to diverse populations and age groups, understanding how different developmental stages impact the efficacy of FCT strategies. Research is also delving into the long-term outcomes of FCT, examining how skills are acquired through these interventions translate into adult life. By keeping abreast of these developments, we as behavior analysts can continue to evolve our practices, ensuring that FCT remains a dynamic, effective tool in supporting individuals with ASD. The future of FCT is promising, with potential advancements that could further enhance communication abilities and overall quality of life for individuals with autism. As we conclude, let us reflect on the journey we have taken today through functional communication training. We started by understanding the unique communication challenges presented by ASD and delved into the foundational principles of applied behavior analysis, the bedrock upon which FCT is built. We explored how FCT addresses these challenges by replacing less effective behaviors with functional communication methods, emphasizing the importance of functional assessment and the meticulous process of designing and implementing FCT interventions. The practical applications of FCT in school settings, the role of visual supports in AAC devices, and the critical nature of reinforcement strategies were also examined. We saw through case studies how FCT brings transformative changes to the lives of individuals with ASD. Looking ahead, we discussed the promising future of FCT research and its potential to enhance the lives of those with autism further. This presentation encapsulates the work I have engaged in over the semester, representing a synthesis of theoretical understanding, research, and practical insights into FCT. It reflects my learning journey and exploration into how behavior analysis can be applied to improve communication and overall quality of life for individuals with ASD. Thank you for joining me in this insightful exploration of functional communication training.